Today I've got a tough one. We're going to talk about rituals that are not rituals in Magic the Gathering. So basically, some sort of one-time or like somewhat anything that can use up a resource, I'm going to consider a ritual. If the card says ritual on it, then it's disqualified. So make sure it adds mana. That's not a mana dork. I'm going to start off with the Colossal Plow. Mr. Plow, that's my name. My name again is Mr. Plow. 2 mana, 6/3 vehicle. Crew 6. What are they, insane? Whenever it attacks, add triple white and you gain 3 life and until end of turn. You don't lose this mana as steps and phases end. Until end of turn? Well, what about next turn? That is so weird. That's quite bizarre. Anyway, okay, so yeah, Colossal Plow. It's a weird ritual. We got Tommy Siddons. Oh, by the way, as people are mentioning in chat, yes, anything that produces treasures is definitely going to count. I thought this was a hat stream. You know what? Jacob personally talked to me. He DM'd me, can't be here today, so he told me to postpone the hat stream. So a hat stream delayed. Mana Grain? No, Mana Drain. That's a great suggestion. I never would have thought that. Mana Drain. Blue, instant. Counter target spell. At the beginning of your next main phase, you add an amount of colorless equal to that spell's mana value. That's fantastic. Now that's what I'm talking about. That's the creativity of the coffee crew. They're finding rituals where you never think would be a ritual. The best cereal is fortified with the Mana Grain. That's not a ritual. That is a land. That doesn't feel like a ritual at all. Feels like a Cabal thingamabob. That's for a different show. It's got to be some sort of non-land card, you know. I know it might be a little bit difficult. Dockside Extortionist. Okay, let's get some of the easy ones out. Dockside Extortionist. You got your little stupid 2 mana 1/2. Enters the battlefield. You create X treasure tokens, where X is the number of artifacts and enchantments your opponents control. You don't like Dockside Extortionist? Don't play artifacts. And also convince everyone else not to play artifacts. And boom! This $54 card turns into $0 overnight. Does adding lands count? No. Because a ritual is like... It's a resource that once it's used up, it's gone. Lands you repeatedly get to use over and over again. If you tap the land and it blows up, you know what? I might count that. I might count something like this. Hull Breacher. It's a weird. Yeah, I'll count it. I'll let that one slide. It's a blue 2 generic flash. An opponent would draw a card except the first one they draw in each of their draw steps. Instead, you create a treasure token. I think that's the best money sound effect that I've got here to describe treasures. Yeah, use up them treasures, they gone. So let me expand your guys' palette. See, so we could go with also Chandra. Which Chandra? There we go. Chandra, Bold Pyromancer. Red, 4 generic. 5 loyalty. +1. Add double red to your mana pool, and it deals 2 damage to target player. Well, that sucks. You just smack. You get the mana and you deal damage. And you go -3, deal 3 damage to target creature or planeswalker. So for -3, I can hit creatures, but for +2, I can go straight to the player's face and get some mana while I'm at it. See, there we go. You see that? The double red? You can get the mana off of them planeswalkers. Barbara, what do we got here? Ancient Silver Dragon. Oh, this is a treasure dragon. It's a blue 6 generic 8/8. Whenever Ancient Silver Dragon deals combat damage to player, we roll d20 and then draw cards equal to the result. You have no maximum hand size for the rest of the game. What does this have to do with rituals? Where's the mana in this? I demand mana around here. We got some super chats. King Ginger. High tide, baby. Ah, that's right. See, this is the creativity you guys have. This is the creativity. A blue instant until end of turn. Whenever a player taps an island for mana, that player adds blue to his or her mana pool. That sounds strange. If you know, I'm sure noobs would be like, well, I get a blue from my islands anyway. What's the benefit? But really, you're adding, you're getting a second blue. So you tap for you just tap it for a blue, and boom, you got a 2-for-1 deal. It's 2-for-1 Tuesday today for the High Tide Supermarket. What else do we have? Toads with Sun Chi. What is this? Sun Chi don't exist. Not in English, at least. Oh, look, we have a... You guys see what I see? You could choose a card back. What is this? The Angiospermum Solar. With no picture. We don't know yet. Okay, whatever. Pegman says, imagine high tide. Only getting back to high tide. Imagine high tide plus storm. Oh, wait, wrong day for this suggestion. Yeah, you're a little late. You're late. You're a little late to the party here. Okay, Abza with Umbra Bear. Umbra Bear. Oh, sorry, Bear Umbra. Green, 2 generic. Enchant creature. Gets +2/+2 and has whenever this creature attacks, untap all lands you control. That doesn't technically add mana. You're just getting more of your resource. I'm going to disqualify this one. It's going to be a hard one. Look, it's got to like... I'm only going to give a little lenience to treasures. But it's got to, like, once you get it, like, it adds mana to your mana pool, and it's floating there, and you got to use the damn thing. Shane, what do you got for us? Soulbright Flamekin. Soulbright... Cute to copy this creature. Okay, we got a red 1 generic, 2/1 elemental shaman. Alright, that's what I'm trying. What is this? Okay, 2 mana. Target creature gains trample until end of turn. If this is the 3rd time this ability has resolved this turn, you at the 3rd time this turn, we get 8 mana. 2, 4, 6. That's 8 mana, your mana pool. So you paid 6 to get 8. When provoked, a Flamekin's inner fire burns far hotter than any Giant's Forge. Reminds me of Pikachu. Piss off Pikachu enough, and then boom, goes electric crazy. Mr. Deadhead with Clothis. God of Destiny, the green, red, 1 generic, 4/5 god. It's indestructible. And as long as your devotion to red and green is less than 7, it's not a creature. At the beginning of your pre-combat main phase, exile target land from a graveyard. If it was a land, sorry, exile target card from a graveyard. If it was a land, you had a green or a red. Otherwise, you gain 2 life, and Clothis deals 2 damage to each opponent. That is a very weak ritual, but definitely a ritual. Definitely ritual energy, if you get my drift. Platonic Liquid Cathodian. Cathodion. 3 mana, 3/3. When it dies, you add... That's right, that's a ritual. You add 3 colors to your mana pool. Oh, that thing's sick. That's got to be part of some sort of combo deck. There's got to be some artifact deck that's like, play Cathodian, sack it, get 3 mana. This is like the most egg-like creature I've ever seen. It's got massive egg energy. Protein all around. For anyone that understands. Do Commander players know what eggs mean if I say eggs? Or does that mean, is that completely meaningless? It's basically a combo deck that played like all the 1 mana and 0 mana like artifacts that you sack, get mana, and so on. No? No? Okay. Just the modern players, I guess. Okay, we got something from Cryptozine, Blinkmoth Urn. It's a 5-mana artifact. At the beginning of each player's pre-combat main phase, if Blinkmoth Urn is untapped, that player adds a colorless for each artifact they control. Holy crap! That's insane. In an artifact deck? Hold on, but it's each player's pre-combat main phase. Oh no, but only they control. So the more artifacts you have, this combo is super hard with treasures. This is like compound interest. I didn't know this card existed. I don't want have anything to do with it. It's a sort of old card. It's 2018. But it might be win more. You have like a million treasures out. Like how much more mana do you need? Benjamin says, do the whole sack to mana count then? Yes, I will count that. They stay on the field, but mana generation is temporary. Absolutely. Cart Clan Ironworks. Hey, only one suggestion, Pedgeman. But I guess you're giving ideas for everyone else. The Krarks! Cart Clan Ironworks. 4 mana. Sack an artifact. Add 2 to your mana pool. That is... In fact, that's such good value. That card got hardcore banned. Only in Modern, though. Does it deserve to be banned anywhere else? Is that thing broken? And does, like, everyone play that in Commander? Or no? You have to build a whole artifact. It's still expensive. It's $25. Okay, so I believe. I have full faith that this is a Commander card. It's never going to be that high just for nothing. Next super chat. Silver Sun Games. What do you got for us? Energy Tap. That's an old card, right? It's like super old. Blue sorcery. Tap target creature you control. Add an amount of colorless mana equal that creature's casting cost to your mana pool. What a bizarre ritual. That's not a ritual. All right, Blue, you need some ramp. There you go. Oh, even though, like, Blue has enough ramp as it is. It doesn't need to go down these really bizarre, weird routes. Now, that feels the most ritual that is not a ritual. That's going to be, like, that's the #1 card. Balls! It's a hell... And I like the avatar. Balls! Over... Eager... Prentice. Don't get too excited. Black 2 generic 1/2 human minion. Discard a card. Sacrifice over eager apprentice. Add triple black to your mana pool. That is a great ritual. Hold on, we have to discard a card, sack it. Oh, so we have to sack it on the battlefield. So we spent 3 mana to get the... We're basically storing the mana here. We invested 3 mana, we get 3 more mana back. And we also, like, sacked a card. We did mana drain already. The name is gonna get me demonetized. Okay, we got the Sheezes and Giggles with Jessica's Will. That's weird. That was a card mentioned tons, like, the other day. Jessica's Will, red 2 generic sorcery. If you control a commander as you cast the spell, you may choose both. Add a red for each card in target opponent's hand. That's crazy. And exile, you can get like 7 mana on turn 2. Exile the top 3 cards of your library. You may play them this turn. If you control a commander, yeah, that is a huge ritual. That is a huge ritual that does not say the word ritual on it. Steve Cooper with Brass's Bounty. Red 6 generic sorcery. For each land you control, create a treasure token. How much more mana do you need? You just invested 7 mana into this thing. But yeah, I'll count it. There was never a debate. Okay, Slack is like Bog Witch is better. Oh, that reminds me. There's this creature that you like sack 2 creatures and make mana. I can't remember what it's called though. Black 2 generic 1/1. Pay a black, tap, discard a card. This is literally a ritual maker. Discard a card, add triple black to your mana pool. This is the dark ritual. This is the ritual master. Should have been called the ritual master at the top. The world is the body. The mana is the blood. The witch is the surgeon. No truer words have ever been said by the Bog Witch. Very true. Okay, hold on. Barbara. Okay, Barbara apologizes. Wrong dragon. I meant ancient copper dragon. There's so many dragons out there. You sometimes can lose track. Sometimes lose track of them dragons. What is this? 6 mana for a 6/5. When it deals combat to a player, you roll a d20. You create a number of treasure tokens equal to the result. That's insane. I actually just think that's above and beyond bonkers. Because you can add like 10. You get like 10 mana off of every attack. That's like on average, and it could be as high as 20. That's a lot of mana. I don't know if anything can add more mana to your mana pool with such an effect. Station. Oh no, Station. Does that you got sniped? I see her. You got sniped hard. Okay, we're gonna give your super chat away. Or actually, if you give me another one, I'll keep an eye out for you. Tavashel with Elvish. I guess that's true. Elvish Spirit Guide. Also Simian Spirit Guide. It's like a crappy ritual, but it's broken. Make no mistake, these rituals are broken. And Simian Spirit Guide. I'm assuming these are commander staples. For anyone that needs to combo off, for that matter. Yeah, exile, just exile for you don't no effort. It's just free. It's free real estate around here. We need, we need the blue one. That would be the most broken. We need the time shifted. Oh no, this was time shifted, right? Yeah, this was the time shifted green version, which ended up seeing more play than the green version. Yeah, RP Harambe. Should have a Harambe episode. When did Harambe die? Someone let me know in the comments section. Maybe I'll put like, we'll have a, like, I don't know, ape day or something like that. We should have days that commemorate certain memes on the internet. Did we have another one from Station Disaster? You're gonna replace your super chat or what? Okay, King Ginger, Soldevi something. Adnate. Soldevi Adnate. It is something. It's 2 mana 1/2. Tap, sack a black or artifact creature to add an amount of black equal that creature's casting cost to your mana pool. Play this ability as an interrupt. Creature's casting cost to your mana pool. So the larger it is, the more mana. That's a nice one. And it's cheap too. That actually could be like a huge combo card, but it has to be a black or artifact creature. But that's not bad. You can have tons of black and artifact creatures in your deck. Harambe died May 28th. Okay, I'm gonna remember that. May 28th. We gotta commemorate Harambe. Damn it, we have to wait a whole year. May 28th just passed. Okay, what do you got for me, Christopher B? Spawning Breath. Can't spell spawning. Red White generic instant deals 1 damage to target creature or player. Put a 0/1 colorless Eldrazi spawn creature token onto the battlefield. It has sack this creature, add 1 to your mana pool. That's right. The original treasures were probably the Eldrazi, and they're even more lethal because they can attack you to the face. They're gonna come get you. I've died to Eldrazi spawn. These guys, I guess, are a little harmless. These are the 0/1s. But then they came out with the Scions. They also add mana. But they punch you. They're like tons of fugitive wizards. Who would win? Fugitive wizards or Eldrazi Scions? Who knows? I remember we talked about Lake of the Dead in another stream, but it should fit here. It's not a land. Lake of the Dead. It's a land. If you enter the battlefield, sack a swamp instead. If you do, put Lake of the Dead onto the block. Sacrifice the swamp. You know what? I like that. Okay, you sack the swamp. I'm gonna count that. It's not repeatable. I mean, it's repeatable, but like you lose the land. It's not Gaia's Cradle-like, you know what I mean? Korbanik with Burnt Offering. Burnt Offering is a black interrupt, sack a creature to add that creature's casting cost in any combination of red and or black mana to your mana pool. Seems like this was like a theme back then. Like back then, that was just like a thing that black did. You could add mana through Dark Ritual, or you could sack the creature and you got something out of it. That actually makes a whole lot of sense. Like you're sacrificing something to the gods. It is like literally a ritual in some capacity, as evil as it is. And they just got rid of that. Like it doesn't exist. Or do they do that anymore? I can't recall any modern day cards where you're sacking creatures to get mana. At least not to this extent. Next super chat, we got Platonic Liquid. Toads tried to get Suchi when it's Cathodian's dad. That's Cathodians. Hold on, what is Suchi? Is it Suchi? I tried to get this thing. Oh, here we go. I don't know why it didn't show up the first time. I guess I needed the dash. It was dash or no dash. It was dash or nothing. Okay, so we got you, Toads. Actually, Platonic Liquid got you, Toads. Got your back. 4 mana for a 4/4 construct. When it dies, add yes, the dad, the papa, add 4 mana to your mana pool. Flawed copies of the relics from the Thran Empire. The Suchi were inherently unstable, but provided useful knowledge for Tokassia's students. I'm sure I looked up Suchi, and then like a bunch of the Commander players were like, oh, come on, Nikachu, you don't know what Suchi is? What are you, nuts? Are you that uncultured? No, I don't know what Suchi is. I don't play these things. Okay, we got Slavin with Blood Pets. This is a sad ritual. It's like a slow Simian Spirit Guide. A black 1/1, and then you just sack it and you get mana out of it. Yeah, sack your blood pet for that. You save it up. Save it up. It's just a slightly crappier Simian Spirit Guide and what's it called? Other guides. Chen Fred, Apprentice Wizard. Blue 1 generic for a 0/1. Pay blue, tap, add. Feels more like a mana dork than a ritual to me. I'm gonna disqualify this one. I don't feel like anything's being used up. This feels too much. It's too mana dork-like for my liking. You know, when I think of a ritual, I'm thinking like some resource got used. But then the planeswalkers might get disqualified. Too mana dork-like though to me. It's too mana dork-like if you know what I'm talking about here. Have you met my pet? It's made out of blood. That is it's disgusting. Okay, Jacob trying really hard to get Smothering Tithe on here. But it's boring. It's true though, it passes. The 4 mana. Your opponent draws a card, they can pay 2. If they want to pay 2, then you get some treasures out of it. In some sense, it's a crappy ritual because your opponents may not ever pay the 2. You just pass the turn if they can't play anything without paying the 2. Culling Ritual, not actually a ritual. Oh, is that true? So here's a ritual card that doesn't ritual. It's quite literally. So it's not really the topic of the show, but you know it's very amusing. So let's look at it. Green, black, 2 generic sorcery. Destroy each non-land permanent with mana value 2 or less. Add black or green for each permanent destroyed this way. It is a ritual, and it has a ritual in the name. Disqualified. See, there's got to be a card that adds mana that doesn't have the word ritual in it. This literally does say ritual in it. There's a lot of you guys are trying to get priests on here. Okay, let's look at Priest of Yawgmoth. Priest of Yagi. Ew! This guy is disgusting. Alright, black 1 generic. Summon Cleric. It's a 1/2. Screw the Oracle. Screw this old text. Let's go with the Oracle text. Sack an artifact out of an amount of black equal to the sacked artifact's mana value. It was a black thing to do at the time. Okay, what was the other priest you guys are on about? Where's the priest, baby? I don't know what the other priest was. I lost it. Grinning it. Okay, Goomba Squisher. Whatever that is. Oh, Goomba Squisher. Grinning Ignis. Should be like a Goomba being squished in the avatar. I know what you're talking about. Hold on. Grinning Ignis. There we go. We got a red 2 generic 2/2. Pay a red, return Grinning Ignis to its owner's hand, add 3 mana, activate only as a sorcery. This is a very bizarre card. We don't even lose anything. We just waste time. We invested 3 mana, we have to pay another mana, and then we get like 3 mana back. We spent 4, got 3. Is that a deal or what? It's a bad deal. It's like it's actually very similar to when Walmart has like the item was $5, then they just raise it to $6 and then say it's on sale. Have anyone been in that situation before? It doesn't happen often because they have to make a mistake to make that happen. Okay, next up we got... Oh, Burnt Offering by Stranger Candy. Thanks so much. It'd be burnt. Oh no, we did this one already. Did we do Bog Witch? Have I lost track what I'm doing here? Okay, I've lost track. Okay, what do you got for me? Soul, Devi, Adnate. Did we do this one? We did that one. Suchi. Okay, I think I'm at John. All right. Old Gnawbone. Certain we didn't do this one. I got Alzheimer's all of a sudden. We got a green, 5 generic, 7/7 flying dragon. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, create that many treasure tokens. They're all smog. So basically, you're telling me all the dragons are smog. What do they even do with the treasure? What, are they gonna buy something? Like, what is even the point of all of it? It's like the humans want this. They're not even part of the economy. Since when did, like, the dragons go to the market? Has anyone seen a dragon go shopping? Or do they shop with, like, other dragons at a dragon market? I don't even know what they would want to buy. A blanket? Does Manamorphose count? It doesn't say ritual. So it definitely does. Okay, Manamorphose. Add 2 mana in a combination of colors. Draw a card. Oh, that's a weird ritual. It doesn't. You don't even net mana off of this damn thing. You're basically mana neutral. But yeah, that counts. What else do we have in the freebie section here? Didn't do that liquid super? What's the liquid super? Well, I have a lot of supers to get through. What's the I don't know what you're talking about. Maybe I'll know as I get there. Okay, Blackbird. Transmogrant altar. Transmogrant. I have no idea what this is. Transmogrant altar, maybe? Yeah, AR. We're in the same boat. We call it, we spell alter ALTER. And it's wrong. But we're in the same boat. Okay, with 3 mana artifact. Pay a black. Tap. Sack a creature. Add 3 colorless mana to your mana pool. And pay 2. Tap. Sack a creature. Create a 3/3 colorless zombie artifact creature token. Activate only as a sorcery. It's colorless, so we can't... No, but we can sack the creature. It doesn't need to be a black creature. It could be anything. The human body, like any other machine, can be stripped for parts. Ew. Disgusting. Stranger Candy, my super chat was used. You can give me Mossfire Egg or Thermopod. What do you mean your super chat was used? Or was it abused? Okay, hold on. Whatever you want, I'll do it. Tell me, Stranger, you can give me Moss, Fire Egg, or Thermopod. I showed up late. My answer was taken. Gotcha. So 1 mana artifact, pay 2, tap, sack it, add green and red to your mana pool, draw a card. Adds mana to your mana pool. More of a filter land than anything, but yeah, it checks out. Next super chat, we got Frownton. Don't be so don't be so unhappy. Waste not count? I think so. Right? It's a black 1 generic. Whenever an opponent discards a creature card, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token. But whenever an opponent discards a land card, you add double black to your mana pool. That's ritual-like. You have to use the mana on their turn, right? Yeah, so if someone discards a card on their turn, you get the mana, but better have a lot of instants in your deck. Better be able to play things at flash speed. Whenever an opponent discards a non-creature, non-land card, you get to draw a card. It's also sweet. That's a lot of value out of this ritual-like card. A lot of people try to break Waste Not, but I think they have not done it yet, and they have wasted their time. The world is waiting for Waste Not to waste not deck builder's time. And one day it will be big and strong and feared amongst all Magic the Gathering players. If you want to get your Waste Not amongst all these other rituals that are not ritual, go check them out at FusionGamingOnline.com. You see, when you buy things at FusionGamingOnline.com that I am promoting, because I am sponsored by them, then when they get happy, they send me more money. What's the deal of the week this week? Oh, by the way, there's a Fusion Open. I'll be there September 9th. There's going to be Modern, Pioneer, Legacy, Commander. If you're in the Winnipeg, Manitoba area, That's right. For those in Minneapolis, maybe you'd like to make the 8-hour drive to Winnipeg, Manitoba. Deal of the week this week, 15% off all Cut block singles and sealed product. If you love those bizarre looking, what are they even called? There's like these weird masterpiece-like cards. Super unpopular at the time. They sort of aged well. Some people like them. I'll just leave it at that. You can get 15% off at FusionGamingOnline.com. Don't forget to use coupon code Nikachu, though, for 5% off all your purchases. And let them know I sent you. We're also going to thank ManaTrader, the premier place for renting Magic cards online. Don't waste your money on cards that, like, you don't know if are going to be banned or not. You don't. Maybe the new set coming out is going to completely destroy your deck. It could happen to anybody. It's happened to millions of people. If you like to play many decks, you're going to want to rent them cards so that when the deck gets boring or doesn't work anymore, you send it back and you rent a new one online on Magic the Gathering Online with ManaTraders. You can support the channel using my ManaTraders link in the description below or save 10% off your first 2 months using coupon code Nikachu_73V. I wonder how many people I send to ManaTraders from this show. There's so many Commander players here. Any of you guys like playing on Magic Online? Any of you? Huh? Maybe 5? Somebody? The promos that include Hazaret the pervert. What? Is there something I'm missing here? Where's Hazaret? Isn't this the Hazaret one? Some meme I don't know about. Okay, Platonic Liquid. Again with the super chats. I was thinking of Suchi Cave Guard. How many Suchis are there? Oh my goodness. Okay, we have the Grandpa Suchi. The 8-mana 8/8 construct with Vigilance and Ward 4. When Suchi Cave Guard dies, add 8 colorless mana. Until end of turn, you don't lose this mana as steps and phases end. That's insane. How do you get this thing even on the battlefield in the first place? Okay, who have I not got yet today? Let's look at Toilet Dock with Dragon Rage. If I didn't get to you today, let me know. Let me know with your suggestion. I'll keep a lookout. We got red 2 generic instant. Add red to your mana pool for each attacking creature you control. Until end of turn, attacking creatures you control gain. Pay a red. This creature gets +1/+0 until end of turn. This is really niche. Like a really niche ritual. Like you basically can only use the red to buff up your creatures. I mean, also to play instants, I guess, in the attack step. That's about it. Georth! Cadaverous Bloom. Ah, the super old-fashioned ritual that's not a ritual. We got a green, black, 3 generic enchantment. Choose a card in your hand and remove it from the game. Add black, black, or green, green to your mana pool. Play this ability as a mana source, which by today's standards just means add black, black, or green, green to your mana pool. Mana sources don't exist. Or I guess they do, but they don't need to be specified. King Ginger with the Dreamscape Artist. What are we gonna paint today, Dreamscape artist? Blue, 1 generic, human shapeshifter. It's a 1/1. Pay a blue, 2 generic, tap, discard a card, sacrifice a land, search your library for up to 2 basic land cards, put onto the battlefield, then shuffle your library. I don't like it. No, too much like ramp. It's more of a ramp card. Although I have to admit, you're paying through the nose for this thing. This is like the worst ramp card I've ever seen. True story, you have an extra land on the battlefield, but at the cost of 3 mana, 2 mana to cast this thing, a turn waiting, you have to tap it, and you have to discard a card, and you still have to sack a land. He's mastered the art of sleight of hand. But did he master the art of landscaping? Obviously not. You get 2 untapped basics. Yeah, but it's like permanent mana. It's permanent. Yeah, it's ramp. Ramp. We'll have another show, I don't know, ramp cards that are not instants or sorceries. Ashnod's Altar from Sov92. Pay 3, sack a creature, add colors to your mana pool. That's true. True story. Who doesn't know about Ashnod's Altar? Diamond Lion from Cheese Whiz. So funny. Yeah, pay 2. It's a 2/2 creature. Discard your hand. Sacrifice Diamond Lion. Add 3 mana of any one color. Activate only as an instant. Can't. What does that mean? I can't do it as a sorcery, or I'm gonna be in trouble here. That's funny. Yeah, Diamond Lion. Pretty crappy. Tetra Tim Bowman. Racketeer boss. What about it? It's arena only. Originally was overpowered, and you could combo with Graining Ignis to go infinite. But then the "and" this spell perpetually loses this ability was added to Racketeer Boss. The boss. I'm the boss. Green red for a 3/2 cat warrior. They're gonna unionize the way this guy's treating everybody. When Racketeer Boss enters the battlefield, choose up to 2 creatures and/or planeswalker cards in your hand. They perpetually gain when you cast this spell, create a treasure token, and this spell perpetually loses. And this spell perpetually loses this ability? What the hell does that mean? When you cast this spell, they perpetually gain when you cast this spell, create a treasure token, and this spell perpetually loses this ability. I don't get it. So I guess you get it, but then you'll lose it? Is that how it works? I can perpetually get, and I can perpetually lose. Hey, Ball's trying really hard to get drain power. Yeah, perpetually for the rest of the game. But then they perpetually lose. What the hell does that mean? It means it gains the ability, and then it loses it when you play it. The power. Blue. Sorcery. Target player activates a mana ability of each land he or she controls, then empties his or her mana pool. Add mana to your mana pool equal to the type and amount emptied from that player's mana pool this way. So we're stealing people's mana, are we? It should be called drain mana. What do you mean drain power? The power's not in the lands, people. Or at least, especially back then. Oh, this is like in the revised era? Back in revised. Lands were for chumps. If you weren't playing with Black Lotus and Mana Vault and stuff like that, even by today's standards, lands are for chumps. Who needs a lot of lands? Well, you need is Soul Ring, effectively. K9BS, Black Market Connections. Corbinick says, Nikachu, it's a unique mechanic to the MTG arena since the game acts as a constant monitor for spells and abilities. No, I understand perpetual, but I never saw anything that perpetually lost something. It's like you got it and then you don't have it. No, I understand the perpetual part. Okay, Black Market Connections. It's an underground market. Black 2 generic enchantment. At the beginning of your pre-combat main phase, choose 1 or more. Sell contraband. Create a treasure token. You lose 1 life. Buy information. Draw a card. You lose 2 life. Hire a mercenary. Create a 3/2 colorless shapeshifter creature token with changeling. You lose 3 life. This is a really crappy ritual, but I will allow it. This is really bad. At your pre-combat, so basically once a turn I get a treasure. Pidgeman gives more clarity. It means that the effect of getting the treasure will only happen... Where is it? The effect of getting the treasure will only happen once. You won't get it again if you bounce the card back to hand and replay it. Otherwise, you could go infinite, I guess. Yeah, of course. David! Meeting of the 5? The hell is this? Wooburg 3 generic sorcery. Exile the top 10 cards of your library. You may cast spells with exactly 3 colors from among them this turn. Add an insane amount of mana. You got double Wooburg. Spend this mana only to cast spells with exactly 3 colors. For years, the 5 families ruled New Capenna in uneasy peace, and the city prospered. Prospered in crime. Jonathan. What do you got for me, Jonathan? Sorry about the... You're on the wrong account? It's okay. You know what? So long as I don't say anything, it'll be fine. Forgot that I was on my alt account. Mana Geyser is my favorite way of burst mana. That's not a ritual. There are worse alt accounts, I guess, that could have showed up. Okay, it doesn't say ritual on the card. Red, 3 generic. Add red for each tapped land your opponents control. That's insane. That is a ritual. That is not a ritual. And who doesn't like to tap their lands? Yeah, no. Wait, did someone say ritual? Okay, I have to check. I have to quadruple check. Anna, finally! I was waiting for someone to mention this. The Burning Tree Emissary. We have the hybrid Gruul, 2/2 human shaman. Enters the battlefield. Add a green-red to your mana pool. That is like the quid. I thought this was going to be like my thumbnail, but it's so deep into the show, I'm just going to have to scrap it. But yeah, that is a ritual. That's not a ritual. Nicholas, Seething Song. I think I'm disqualifying this one. You know what? It doesn't say ritual in the name, but let's be serious. That's a ritual. That's literally a ritual. It's like an instant that doesn't say. I don't know. Do I count this? I don't think so. I'm not counting this damn one. Seething Song is a ritual. Yeah, we're all in agreement. That's BS. Platonic Liquid. There and back again. A Hobbit's Tale. Some people's story is there and did not come back. A Boromir tale. What else tale? A Boromir tale, a Golem tale, a there and did not show its face again. Okay, there and back again. Red, 3 generic. As the saga enters the battlefield, you can add a lore counter. Sack at 3. Chapter 1. Up to 1 target creature can't block for as long as you control there and back again. The ring tempts you. Then, Chapter 2. Search a library for a mountain card, put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle. Then, Chapter 3. Create a Smog. You get Smog? A legendary 6/6 red dragon creature token with flying, haste, and when this creature dies, create 14 treasure tokens! That's almost as bad as that dragon where you, like, roll the d20 and get treasure equal to, like, whatever the hell you rolled. That's just beyond crazy. Christopher B. with Skull of Ramos. 3 mana, tap, add 1 mana, black mana to your mana pool, sack it, add 1. This is such a crappy ritual. These cards were so bad back then. Do they have any, like, do they have anything? For today's standards? Is Manamorphose disqualified? You know what? We kept Manamorphose alive. Oh, but we did that one already, if you're asking. Slavin with Tinderwall. Oh, there's some walls that make mana, don't they? We have a red 0/3 defender. Sacrifice my Tinderwall. Add double red to your mana pool. Otherwise, you can pay a red, sack Tinderwall. Deals 2 damage to target creature. It's blocking. We're going down together. If I'm going down, we both go down. All right, Jonathan. Jonathan's back. With Season Song literally says mana ritual in the flavor text. Oh, does it? Volshock mana rituals. Echo the day when the red sun bursts through. Mirrodin surface to take its place in the heavens. It sounds AI generated. Yeah, we gotta have like an AI, like flavor text that sounds AI generated. Volshock mana rituals. Echo the day. What the hell does that mean? When the red sun bursts through Mirrodin surface to take its place in the heavens. That's just a bunch of random words as far as I'm concerned. Rasputin is a mana dork? Yeah, no mana dorks. Can't have mana dorks. Wukush, Papaya. Okay, or probably Lucas. How about Tanuki? Tanuki Transplanter? Used it in my green equipment deck. Okay, let's look. Green 3 generic, 2/4. Equipment dog. This is a dog? Looks like raccoon to me. Maybe raccoons are dogs, though. Are raccoons dogs? I never thought about it like that, but maybe it is. Whenever Tanuki, Transplanter, or equipped creature attacks, add a green, your mana pool equal to its power. That's a ritual. As far as this show is concerned. Until end of turn, you don't lose this mana as steps and phases end. You got Reconfigure of 3. Attach to target creature you control or unattach from a creature. Reconfigure only as a sorcery while attached that isn't a creature. They're more like pandas. They are trash pandas. They are very small pandas then. Tanuki are based on raccoon dogs. Are raccoons dogs? Common raccoon dog. That look like that does look like they bred a dog and a raccoon together to be something in between. That's for sure. Are raccoons more like dogs or well, it's definitely not a cat. Come on, this is ridiculous. Raccoon. Well, they keep calling it raccoon dog, so I guess it is a dog. Equipment dog. You learn something every day. Martin Show, Awaken the Woods. And we'll get to you, old boy. I don't think I got one from you, old boy, today. Green Axe Sorcery. Create X/1/1 green forest dread land creature tokens. Nah, I don't think so. It doesn't feel ritual-like. That's permanent land. That's ramp. Okay, next, let's go to old boy. Elemental Resonance. Green 2 generic aura. Enchant permanent at the beginning of your pre-combat main phase. Add mana equal to enchanted permanent's mana cost to your mana pool. Cool. Neat card. This guy looks like they're throwing up. They actually have too much mana. I shouldn't have ate so much mana so quickly. It's like coming out of my eyeballs. Yeah, be careful. Don't overeat your mana. C. Tromsky with Runaway Steamkin. That is quite a ritual. I hated that card in Historic. That was like my number one. This card pissed me off so much online. Red 1 generic for a 1/1 elemental. Whenever you cast a red spell, if Runaway Steamkin has fewer than 3+1/+1 counters on it, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Remove 3+1/+1 counters from Runaway Steamkin. Add triple red to your mana pool. And then they just cast more red spells and puts more counters on this thing. I couldn't beat this damn thing. Doesn't even have haste. Just destroys me. Okay, Jeff's gonna tell us something about raccoons. Raccoons diverge from a common ancestor with ring-tailed cats 10 million years ago. I didn't even know the cat was around that long. 10 million years ago. Well, when were there dinosaurs? Were there dinosaurs 10 million years ago, or is it way further than that? I can't imagine dogs and cats doing very well in the dinosaur era. Or I don't know, maybe cats are fast enough to outrun a T-Rex or something. We did High Tide Beanpot. Jacob Polar with Megatron. Tyrant. My boy. This looks like a custom-made card. Doesn't even look real. Okay, so Mardu 3 generic for a 7/5 robot. More than meets the eye for 4 mana. You can cast this card for 4 mana. Your opponents can't cast spells during combat. At the beginning of your post-combat main phase, you may convert Megatron. If you do, add colorless to your mana for each 1 life your opponents have lost this turn. That's very ritual-like. Very, very ritual-like. Birds are like dinos? Yeah, I could get that. They talk about that in Jurassic Park. King Ginger, thanks so much for the super chat. Ashaya Soul of the Wind. The soul. Does this even have a head? Green 3 generic for a star elemental. Its power and toughness are each equal to the number of lands you control. Non-token creatures you control are forest lands in addition to their other types. Nah, that's not ritual. You're falling off the wheels here, King Ginger. Okay, Jacob's got a good one. Academy Manufacturer. Jacob's got a lot of good cards. I'm trying to spread the love around, Jacob. I'm going to try spreading the love around. Academy Manufacturer, 3 mana, 1/3. If you'd create a clue, food, or treasure token, instead create 1 of each. Make 1, get some treasure. Make a treasure, get another treasure. Get a little clue and food. It's a 3-for-1 discounted. Academy Manufacturer, come on down. We've got food. We got clue. We've got a clue. Get your treasures. It's not ramp. It feels very ramp-like to me. Okay, non-token creatures you control are for... It's not like... my problem is you're not using up a resource. Like, so your non-token creatures are forests. And you can tap them for mana, but you can then tap it for mana next turn. I don't like it. It's not... I'm not feeling it. Corbinik is like, this card is great. Very underrated card. I don't think anyone's broke it yet. Toad says, I'm posting just to see if I'm invisible. You're not invisible. You got some suggestion for me? Okay, let's look up Crucible. It's hard for me to keep track who I've given a suggestion to today. Crucible of what? Crucible of Fire? There's a lot of Crucibles here. It's not going to be Crucible of Worlds. That's not a ritual. Crucible of the Spirit Dragon? It's a storage counter. Oh, maybe? Crucible, remove X storage counters from this thing, add X in any combination of colors, spend the mana only to cast dragon spells. I have a feeling that is not what you suggested, but I will say it's a ritual. Larry Law with Braid of Fire. Red 1 generic, commutative upkeep, add add red to your mana pool. How is this not like a $1 million card? It has been reprinted a few times. This card just looks outright broken. I don't know, maybe it's like maybe it's too slow, technically. At the beginning, oh yeah, I forgot, you can only use it at your upkeep, right? At the beginning of your upkeep, put an age counter on it. Like, you have to spend the mana. If you don't spend the mana, you're screwed. Sebastian with Exorn. Zorn, Adventures in the Forgotten Realms. Red 2 generic for 3/2 elemental. If you would create one or more treasure tokens, instead create those tokens plus an additional treasure token. I'll allow it. It sounds very conditional, but the last one, we had one that was sort of conditional as well. You can always float the mana since mana burn is no longer a thing. No, we got rules that says you can't float mana. You can float the mana, but it disappears as steps and phases end. Unless you have a card that says it doesn't. That's just the rules, people. It's just the rules. Modesta says, I guess in formats where it's legal, there are better things, but I feel it is breakable. No, I think the downside to this Braid of Fire is just you have to use the mana at your upkeep, and the moment you go to your draw step, it's gone. But hey, if you got a lot of instant speed stuff, it's going to work out. I don't think we got some from Pinoy today. Okay, Thermopod. I think I know what you're talking about. 5 mana, 4/3. What? Pay a Snow. Thermopod gains haste until end of turn. Sack a creature. Add a red to your mana pool. That is so bad, but it works. Can you use Omnath Locus if all with Braid of Fire? You know, actually, we should just talk. Oh, Omnath is a ritual. Omnath Locus of Creation is the most annoying ritual of all rituals. So for blue, white, green, red. Is there like an acronym for this? Like Woo Rug? It's the Woo Rug. It's White Rug. For a 4/4, enters the battlefield, draw a card. Landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, gain 4 life. And if this is the first time the ability has resolved this turn. If it's the second time, yeah, you get White Rug. If it's the third time, Omnath deals 4 damage to each opponent and each planeswalker you control. It's probably one of the most broken rituals that isn't a ritual. Outright broken. Okay, King Ginger coming to redeem himself. Black Market Tycoon. Green Red 2/2 Cat Rogue. At the beginning of your upkeep, Black Market Tycoon deals 2 damage to you for each treasure you control. That sounds not pleasant. Tap, create a treasure token. Alright, that counts. Good enough. I have exactly what you need. The question is, how badly do you need it? But it hurts you! This is like not a business I want to be in here. Ink is Wurg? Ah, I see, okay. The Wurg! Sounds wrong, though. Gallitson, Plasm Capture. Counters, then rituals? Blue, blue, green, green. Counter target spell at the beginning of your... Oh, so it's like another mana drain. Counter target spell at the beginning of your next pre-combat main phase. Add X mana in any combination of colors to your mana pool, where X is that spell's converted mana cost. Totally broken. And then we got Platonic Liquid. Hold on. Stand up for Corbinic, who suggested Metamorphosis, my most hated card. It's because of the art, right? This is disgusting. It's a green sorcery. Sack a creature to add an amount of mana equal to its casting cost, +1 to your mana pool. This mana may be of any one color. Use this mana only to cast summon spells. It means creature spells, right? The hell? Sack a creature. Spend mana only to cast creature spells. Back then, a creature spell was a summon spell. You summon those damn things. Always a bigger fish. Cody. Vociferous Codex. If it's gonna show up. It's thinking, it's thinking, it's thinking. 3 mana, 1/4 construct. You can't cast permanent spells. Pay 4 tap, add Wooburg. When you cast your next spell this turn, exile cards on the top of your library until you exile an instant or sorcery card with lesser mana value. It's Cascade, folks. Until end of turn, you may cast the card without paying its mana cost. It's Cascade, folks. We should have a show. It's cascading cards that are not cascading. Put each other card exiled this way on the bottom of your library in a random order. But it is a ritual. I don't know why you get the mana. What's the point of the mana? Like, we're getting the card without... We're literally... Oh, no, but it's asking you to cast a card. So you're getting the mana. What a weirdly designed card that is. Okay, C. Trumpsky with Fanghorn Tree Shepherd. Sometimes I wonder, is Scryfall slowing down because all of you are on it? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, this is the Fang. Okay, here's the Tree Shepherd. The green, 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 4 generic, 4/10. That's a big butt. On the Tree Folk you control have Vigilance. Whenever one or more Tree Folk you control attack, add twice that much mana. Oh, good God, in green. And you don't lose the unspent mana as steps and phases end. Does it keep track of what mana you have? I guess so. King Ginger back in the hot seat with Spell Swindle. You had some swings and misses today, King Ginger, but more hits than not. You gotta keep throwing yourself back in there. Blue, blue, 3 generic instant. Counter target spell and create X treasure tokens where X is that spell's mana value. It's almost broken. I think we did energy tap, David. Corbinic is very happy. Big smiley face on Corbinic. I want to redeem myself. Orcish Lumberjack. Oh, did you have, did I buzzer you today? Okay, we got a red 1/1 creature. Tap, sack a forest. Add 3 mana in any combination of red or green to your mana pool. I think some people are going to get some ideas with these like weird creature ritual cards. Although you're sacking... Oh no, you actually don't sack. You only sack lands in this one. You get to keep the creature. Keeping the creature around is good. This actually sees legacy play. Not any good legacy play, and maybe not anymore thanks to the Bowmasters, but I have seen it played against me. It has happened. God, I have to get my own PhD so I can enjoy seeing more AI cards. Jen Fred with a food chain. Yeah, one of the greatest rituals that are not rituals. Green, 2 generic. Exile a creature you control. Add X mana of any one color where X is 1 plus the exiled creature's mana value. Spend this mana only to cast creature spells. Or summon spells, as some would say. After today, I can't give super chats for a little while, so I'm just getting it out of my system. All right, no problem, King Ginger. You've contributed so much to the show. It's all good. You do what you got to do. Hello, raccoon. We just learned that you are a dog. Yeah, and also who else is a dog around here? Or a raccoon. We got raccoon, so many raccoon dogs. Okay, let's end it on Zath, the Reign of Filth. A staple in older ad nauseum combo decks. The black instant. Each land you control gains sack this land, add a black to your mana pool until end of turn. I will count that. You sack your land, you get your mana, and then your land is done for. And so is the card. Alright, I hope you enjoyed today's show. Maybe it's got you some ideas in your minds. If there are any other rituals that are not rituals, you can always share them in the comment section below. If you want to be part of the show, you got to be here Monday to Friday, 11 o'clock a.m. Central Standard Time. Be there or be square. Thanks to everyone who does support the show. If you're a patron on Patreon, a member on YouTube, or you super chat to contribute to all of our wonderful suggestions, and also to look out for other people who do not super chat. Yeah, thank you for that support, and for as long as you support, I will keep showing up every morning. And most importantly, we've got to thank the people who are here in the morning that makes the show what it is. People like Some124, Old Boy Toads, King Ginger, Corbinik. We got Erlin, David. We got the Raccoon, Samurat the Raccoon, Silver, Sun Games, Abzo, Erland, Steve Cooper, our other Raccoon fam. Oh, we have another super chat. Nihab. You're squeezing that one in a little late, Triox. Gotta thank Triox here for more super chats. We're going to get Nihab's on the way. I promise. I'm waiting. Just waiting for it to load. Whoa, while we're waiting for it. What? What is this? It doesn't exist. You got scammed. What? Hold on. Nihab. Sorry, my fault. Did you mean Nihab? Yes, I did. Well, which one? They all add mana. Okay, let's look at the Dreadhorde champion. Okay, red, 2 generic for a 5/4 zombie minotaur with trample. When it deals combat damage to a player or planeswalker, you can discard any number of cards. If you do, draw that many cards and add that much red mana to your mana pool. Actually, they don't say the mana pool part anymore. Until end of turn, you don't lose this mana as steps and phases end. Thank you so much, Triox. Because, like, people like Triox, this show keeps going on. So, as usual, my coffee crew, keep brewing up them coffees, and we'll keep brewing up the magic. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you at the next cup.